Good morning, and welcome to the U.S. Payments Forum-sponsored workshop on mobile wallet landscape, merchant, and issuer considerations. As Chester said, I'm Cathy Medich. I'm Associate Director for the U.S. Payments Forum, and I'd like to thank the Mobile Payments Conference organizers for the opportunity to put on this workshop today. So first I wanted to ask, how many of you have used mobile payment in the last month? Yay, okay, we are making progress. I personally used it 3 times last night with my Apple Watch, and it was phenomenal. I also had to swipe once and insert my chip once as well. As you can tell, I went up to Miracle Mile and did some shopping. Before we get started, I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of who we are. Let me just advance the slide. We're the cross-industry body that's focused on the introduction and implementation of EMV and other new and emerging payments technologies that protect the security of the U.S. payments networks and payment transactions. We are focused on the U.S. We were established in 2012 as the EMV Migration Forum to support the introduction of EMV in the U.S. The most recent industry statistics, we have over 57% of transactions are now chip-on-chip, which account for about 60% of transaction volume. So we are well on our way to being EMV enabled in the US. The activities of the forum in both defining technical solutions, doing education activities were really instrumental in the U.S. Migration to EMV chip technology. It was our group that defined the U.S. Common Debit AID, which is the approach for implementing debit in the United States. Now in 2016, we expanded our charter to cover more than EMV. And the steering committee felt that we had a unique organization where we have issuers, merchants, payment networks, acquirers, processors, and industry suppliers all sitting around the table defining best practices and coming up with solutions to industry challenges. So we felt we could take on some of the other new payments technologies and help the industry move forward with those implementations. So what we decided to do is we still have a number of EMV-related issues that we're working on. As you know, we're not 100% enabled, so we're focused on petro, transit, and hospitality as the key markets for EMV enablement. We're also looking at testing and certification for EMV contactless and mobile capabilities. And in addition to that, we're looking at issuer considerations for issuing dual interface cards and NFC-enabled mobile devices, which you'll hear more of this morning. Second big area that we're working on are authentication technologies, looking at the future of different CVMs, biometrics, what's happening with the change in the signature requirements, and what types of authentication methods will be here in 2 to 3 years. And then lastly, we have a large group that's very interested in card not present channel and omni-channel experience and looking at the solutions that are available on the market that can address those. Right now, we're really focusing on 3D Secure, as well as secure remote commerce, and also looking at W3C and FIDO as authentication technologies there. So the activities that we have is we collaborate on projects to develop resources to assist with implementation. So we are very focused on near and medium term, so that we're looking at what are merchants, issuers, payment networks, what do they really need in the next 18 months to 2 years to really be successful. We develop education programs for members and for the industry, and that includes workshops like this, but also webinars. We develop white papers, facts, best practices documents, and most of those are available for public access. We have an active market outreach program to educate the industry on the best practices and the resources we put together. And we also provide a forum for all of the industry stakeholders to meet and interact and collaborate to solve industry problems. I would note that all of our activities do involve cross-industry participation, and we work in working committees and projects to deliver on the resources. I put up our website, uspaymentsforum.org. All of our resources are available there. Well, that's interesting. Didn't realize there was a build. Um, Our workshop today has been brought to you by the Mobile and Contactless Payments Working Committee. This is a group that we formed in 2016 to look specifically at the challenges of implementing contactless and mobile payments in the U.S. and to come up with solutions to those industry challenges. The group has done a number of projects. The one that is being focused on in this workshop is the one that's highlighted at the bottom, the Mobile and Digital Wallet Landscape White Paper. 3 of our speakers this morning were active contributors and wrote or led content for that white paper, and we're drawing on that white paper for this workshop. This group is actually now tackling some of the issues that have been identified as part of these efforts and looking at more in depth at wallets and wallet identifiers, as well as tokenization and the impact of tokenization on the infrastructure. So we have a full morning for you. The structure of the workshop is we have 6 half-hour sessions, and we'll have a break in the middle. Each of the speakers will try to leave some time at the end of their presentation for questions, and we'll also have time at the end. So if you have a question, the speakers will try to address it during their session, but if we can't, we'll do it at the end of the session. So we're going to lead off with Mina Malik with G&D Mobile Security. He's going to provide a Wallet 101, looking at the landscape, discuss the main wallets in the market, and some of the similarities and differences. Following Mina will be Deb Baxley from Pagility Advisors. Deb actually led our mobile wallet white paper project and was a significant writer for it as well. And she's going to review 5 commercially available market models and the technologies and processes used in their implementation. The Marianne Crow then will follow. She's with the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, talking about the different security technologies involved in wallets. Marianne was also part of the project team, and this is an extremely comprehensive view of the different types of securities that are implemented in the different types of wallets. So it'll give you a really good foundation for everything else that will happen during this event. We'll take a break after Marianne's session and come back, and then we'll focus more on implementation considerations. We have Laura Townsend with the Merchant Advisory Group who will give an overview of the strategic considerations for merchants when developing a wallet strategy. Laura was also a member of the wallet project team, contributed considerable content for that, and is working with us on a number of other projects. And then she'll be followed by Art Harper with PSCU, who will give the issuer perspective and look at what are their considerations when implementing third-party or mobile banking integrated wallets. Art's a member of the U.S. Payments Forum Steering Committee, which is our board. They set strategic directions for the forum, as well as manage all of our activities. And then we'll close. We're going to bring all the speakers back. We'll get a couple more chairs and have more of an interactive discussion on some of the implementation considerations. And that'll also give you the opportunity to ask questions to the full set of speakers at the end of the day. So with that, let's bring up Mina.